Hello, hello, hello. Game is booting right now. There we go. Told you it was. Shoot. Is it 1, 2, 3? Me, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. You and me now. Mm. Wow. Wild, lots of. Oh my gosh. Jeez, oh Pete. This manga I just looked up is massive. Holy crud. You see what you want me. One, two, three. Alright, let's get going. Dum bum bum ba da 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 dum 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 Sherry, Sherry baby,
The bed is still
Sherry,
cold from the broken window,
Sherry
and not too
baby,
inviting, but it's yours. You've earned it.
Sherry baby.
The bed is still cold from the wind blowing.
Here we are again, my broken bud. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to. You're not cooperating, brother man.
Why?
It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep, you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety. But you cannot, because of the pain.
And there's a lot of it, ever present in your organs. It's like every one of them has their own nasty song to sing. That pain in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. As for your kidneys, you've really been compounding the damage lately. But this suffering, it must have some kind of meaning. A story that will come out of it. Perhaps even a story that you will write yourself.
These are my just deserts. I will endure the pain with dignity.
There's no dignity here. Only reflections of your body mass. Flashes of the day. You keep coming back to yourself in the mirror. But why? To admire all your accomplishments?
Let's turn on my lights.
You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people, really looking. But why would you want to start doing that?
I will. I'm looking at people all the time. I like
Sure
them.
you do. They're all so friendly, aren't they?
At least they're interesting. Each one has a process just like yours, running in the space between their ears, full of secrets. People are beautiful, statuesque, parodies and tragedies of themselves. A great democracy of creatures.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts! You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself.
Let it. Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll.
The door is closed. Still nothing.
Thumb with her finger and her thumb on the shape of an L on her forehead. All that's living is gone. Hey now.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of your finger moves. Finally,
For a more detailed view of the map,
the worn map features the patchwork grid of the
More police.
The woman in an RCM patrol officer's uniform winces as she notices you.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
Hold on, aren't you a cop with
Yes,
RCM?
I am.
I'm a cop
I
too.
know.
Here's the real deal.
It's hard to tell whether he's sarcastic or sincere. But if you had to guess, you would say the lieutenant is being sarcastic.
I'm on a murder investigation. Are you the
I'm
cavalry?
definitely not the cavalry.
Okay.
Okay.
You look like shit. And I don't mean that as a metaphor.
Looks don't matter. It's one
Yeah,
on the
I know.
inside that counts.
That's what I'm going by here.
Oh, come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week on him.
It's not just this week. What you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head. A similar but different face. He might be wearing a disguise. You know what it is. It's like the two of you know each other. Just ask him.
Tell me the truth. Do you know me from somewhere?
I definitely know you from somewhere.
Another life.
From where? Another life?
Yes, from another life. A different life. Maybe the life of a police officer belonging to the ranks of the... To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality?
41st.
Okay, that's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now we're really getting somewhere. Somewhere good.
Let's talk about this
Okay.
hypothetical station 41. Weird, it didn't give me the voice there. So what would our relationship be in this alternate universe?
Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment?
You seem like a cool guy. I'd love to have
Would
you as
you
my
now,
partner.
or would I be cramping your style? Never mind. Partner.
No, you wouldn't cramp my
Okay.
style at all.
How about you stop wasting my time and get on with whatever you were doing then?
Do you have a crime to solve?
Oh, no. You see, I enjoy watching other better cops solve crimes. And let me tell you, it's been quite a privilege seeing you work.
This isn't helping.
Who else is in our imaginary
You're
police
not
station?
going to believe this, but police officers. Yes, sir. Solving crimes, locking up bad guys, and get this, and not getting that drink on at 2 o'clock. Just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms. Nothing spectacularly extravagant like you, the far-out son of Lang.
I can't imagine anymore.
Neither can I, partner. Neither can I.
Kim, who is this guy?
I'm not getting involved in this.
It's not my style, he thinks, glancing at the man in sunglasses and the woman beside him. Oh boy, they're mad at him. No wonder. He just doesn't recognize them.
Cool shades. Are you wearing a
Yes,
disguise?
it's a hobby of mine.
As if waiting for some kind of reaction or response. Something
Got
to
some
click.
questions for you. I'm a cop.
About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like?
Like a prophet?
Not the prophet shit again.
Now, will you answer some questions for me? Why not?
Because it's not my job. Why don't you go and fucking do yours and solve this damn hanging?
If you don't want to answer questions, maybe you want to hear me say things.
Actually, I don't want to hear you say things.
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things. I want to hear you say things.
Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head.
Okay, I'm doing this investigation. A man is hanged.
So, do you know who hanged him?
Not yet.
Yeah, I can see that.
Hey, why am I even telling you
I
this?
don't know. Why are you?
It's like you felt it would be intellectually stimulating and would lead somewhere.
Oh my god, there's more. You want something more? What is it?
Let's talk about the hanged man again.
Okay, why not? Let's do the old thing over again. We're not wasting time. There is... So, do you know who hanged him? I don't know. Oh my god, there's more. Watch out for yourself.
That voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it when
Wait,
calling
your
to
voice, I
station?
recognize
Oh,
it.
really? I wonder where.
I lost my badge recently. When I called in to report it missing, you were there.
That's the where you remember me from?
I have a bit of memory trouble.
You don't say. Goodbye then. The voice thing was a coincidence. Run along, asshole.
Okay,
Just-
the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right?
I know, super weird.
There's something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it sounds crazy, and you'll probably get laughed at. But still,
I was thinking the same thing. I should just ask him if we're from the same
yes,
station.
just cross it off the list. It's probably not true, though.
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous.
You're
I
here.
am. So are you. What brings you here?
What are you doing here?
Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer?
I'm here to kick some butt and solve the case
Well,
I'm working
here's
on.
to you.
I met your Sunday friend.
You did. And how did you like him?
Hidden. He's a government official, and I don't trust
Hush.
governments.
Why not?
Who is
A
he?
visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, gendarme. He can always return
Return where?
to his opportunities in Occident, Sur la Clé. Still, his coming and going brings some life to the village. Or is it just money? I don't know.
What are you two?
Friends, I told you. Sunday friends. Friends who like to get together from time to time.
What does it mean, a Sunday friend?
That he won't be there when times get tough, I guess.
Is that even a friend?
It is. On Sundays.
Why was he staying at your place in the middle of the
He has
night?
keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean.
I don't want to talk about other people. I want to talk about
Mhm.
you.
What about me, gendarme?
Tell me again about about the muscular type.
Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions.
What did he look
Muscular,
like?
Handsome, Strong, like one of those military types.
Oh, what did you tell
Nothing.
him?
That I didn't see anything.
And he believed you?
Why shouldn't he?
Did you tell him about your
What
friend? Your Sunday friend, the
No,
witness.
I don't think it came up.
Was he alone?
Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece.
His
Yes,
earpiece.
You know those tiny speaker microphones that fancy security guards sometimes wear.
What was he saying?
Just reporting back whatever I was telling him.
Besides muscular, did he have any other identifying
Let me
traits?
think. He had an accent. He sounded like one of those mercenaries. He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese.
Thanks for the
Sure.
information.
Anything else on your mind? Bye-bye, gendarme.
Look up. Reel you up. Let's have a party.
gendarme.
It's the
Red Solo Cup.
Hi again, gendarme.
It's the sport.
Oh, a crit fail. I guess I could try to increase my composure. Let's see what I got.
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium has you slouched.
So there's a lack of magnesium in me?
Yes, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream.
So I need to mag it up?
You need to get so magged up. You've probably had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke already. And the only prescription is insane amounts of magnesium.
You're saying I need to become a magnesium-based life
Yes.
form.
If you want to live, you need to evolve. You need to transcend the carbon barrier. Go to the apothecary and buy insane amounts of magnesium. It will reverse the damage to your circulatory system.
Oh, I was like, why did I have my phone in my hand? Magnesium-based life form. Two to volition. And what's volition? I mean, I'm not gonna do it, but what is, I just don't remember. Nine to five. Oh, that's your morale.
Hi again, gendarme.
It's the
Wow, that increased it so much. I actually forgot to save, so I really messed up there, but that's okay.
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're... Yes. And you need to... Yes.
Hi again, gendarme.
Could he be
Ayo.
a member of the homosexual underground? Just pointing it out. We're not talking about some kind of cult with members here. You made it up.
Are you part of the homosexual
The
underground?
homosexual underground? Why, yes, I am, officer. Why? Do you want to investigate?
Yes, I want to hear more about this homosexual underground you're
Oh,
part
it's a
of.
pleasure group. A sub rosa pleasure group congregating in cellars under the cover of night. Saturday night. Sometimes even Friday night.
But what about Thursday
Or
night?
Thursday night. Sometimes the congregating doesn't even end. It carries on into our daily life.
But why do you convene? What do you do?
Oh, we're ambitious. We want to destroy the last vestiges of meaning, the last things people in Rebishol have to hold on to, the true symbols of security. The meaning of man and woman, mother and father, their marriage. Everything will be constantly shifting and moving under our rule. The future will belong to a circus of identities just spinning around, surreal and unreal. You won't even know who you are anymore.
Does it have anything to do with
Yes,
disco?
we listen to a lot of disco. Some say we engineered disco to spread our vision of a vertiginous, ever-changing society, where all there is a razzle-dazzle of gold. We are going to change the family unit with all this razzmatazz and finger dancing. And with mysteries. Of course, the mysteries are also of sexual nature, very esoteric.
I do like disco. Maybe I should get into it.
Get into it. You have to be born into it. One is either already in the homosexual movement or forever excluded from it.
What if I can't remember whether I'm in or not? What if I can't remember anything about my life? Aside from the fact that I like disco.
Beautiful. Beautiful. That's exactly what we're looking for. Who knows, maybe you were homosexual in the past. Maybe all of that has been repressed. I have to say that you do look like someone who might be part of the underground. You have that very distinctive, I can't understand what's going on here look.
This is gonna be like a 24-hour mind project for me. 24 hours
Absolutely
at least.
Wonderful.
A man like you can figure out his sexuality in a working day. It won't be 20 hours unless you want to enter the heightened realms of the phantasme erotique afterwards. It may be 20 hours or more, but that would be on your own time.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Gendarme.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
Really like to hear
You
more about
know,
cryptids.
to hell with it. Let's have more cryptids.
Of course, officers. Is there a particular cryptid you two are interested in learning about?
Are there any
What an
invisible
interesting
cryptids?
question. And the answer is yes, there are.
Of course. All fairy tales have someone or something invisible in them.
Shh, Kim. She's gonna tell me about invisible
It's the
cryptid. What is it?
Mama Dakwa. Its name means thin whisper of sound, and that's precisely what it is. Self-replicating sound waves, invisible and intangible. The Mama is very afraid of us, which makes it incredibly difficult to track.
I know I went through this, but
Dakwa
what I was
can
reading
also be translated
was
as a whisper, light and low.
It could be. As I said, it could be everywhere. And we wouldn't know any better. What about what?
man, I
I'm
just can't get
glad you
enough
like them.
cryptids.
Yes?
Can I help you?
Mm-hmm. 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 Wait, what am I doing? What am I supposed to do?
I have really outdone myself. This is divine.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston. More padding on that fat ass of yours.
René, it's a little pleasures. Life doesn't need to be a struggle. Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day?
You mentioned Jean-Marie Billiot. Who is that?
Oh, sweet Jenny. She was the finest woman in all of Revachol. Maybe the entire world.
Do not defile her memory, Gaston. Let her rest in peace.
So you both know her.
We knew her, all right. Lived on the same street our entire lives, just 2 houses apart. The 3 of us have been best friends since we were 4. She was René's first girl back when the prick was 16. They were courting till he decided he'd rather die for some great ideal than just be happy.
And then you stole her from me.
Easy, fellas. No need to get ugly.
Officer. It already got ugly nearly 80 years ago when the 3 of us were just learning to walk and talk.
You stole her from me.
Well, technically, you stole her from me, because we'd been pretty close ever since you two had that falling out over the ink you spilled over her pretty yellow dress.
We were just boys then. This was different. You... No point starting this all over again. For the 1000th and the first time. Especially when we have company. Officer.
What happened to her?
Died of pneumonia 2 winters ago. It was a quiet passage. Peaceful. René and I were both by her bedside when she...
died. No use sugarcoating it. Won't bring her back, will it now?
Departed. Until the very end she couldn't decide between us. The most indecisive woman I've ever met.
A quick grimace of pain passes over René's features, but he immediately regains control. His face now a dispassionate mask again.
Why do you think she was so indecisive?
She could never make up her mind about anything. What to have for breakfast, favorite color, or which one of us to marry. She was always leaving one of us for the other, but never long enough to actually get married.
Nothing wrong with weighing your options first.
Heck, technically, we're both still engaged to her.
You always confused her. Couldn't let us be happy. Seduced her with your fancy words and pastries.
He suddenly remembers you are still there, falls silent, and turns away.
Of course, officer. Memories are all we have left.
Let's talk more about Jean-Marie.
Sweet, sweet Jenny. Of course, officer. Memories are all we have left.
Tell me more about the dead
Let
man.
me think. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week. But that's all I know, really.
Come on, you must have heard
No,
something.
officers, I'm sorry. And I really would like to assist. You are both good guys. I can see that.
Then help them, you wimp. You have plenty of shoulder with the ghost caviar in the Union. Someone must know something.
He means caviar socialists.
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything. I always keep my nose clean and don't gossip. Everyone knows and respects that.
Odd. He doesn't seem to be lying, but there's something off here.
Sounds a bit like you're holding back.
I'm not even anyone.
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of Union prick he can't even speak properly.
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, René? I'm not anyone important in the Union. I just know Evrard.
How do you know Evrard?
Everyone in Martinez knows the Clare brothers. I taught these boys human studies and history in the gymnasium.
What do you know about history? You never witnessed history. Only heard about it years later, when it had already moved on. You don't.
The old soldier
Oops.
mumbles something under his breath and turns to face the sea. There he stands, proud, rigid and alone, like a cracking marble statue.
Let's try not to get caught in a crossfire.
Lest we leave riddled with bullet holes. This animosity is ancient.
Are you a Union member?
Oh, in many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend meetings and parties, help with little things. Evrard, Edgar, and the older debarders all know me.
In many ways?
Oh, yes.
So you're not an actual member.
Not in the technical sense. I don't have a vote or a membership card, but Evrard keeps me on the payroll, just for the little things.
So that's what it was before. Him hiding something. He tries to make it look like he's a big deal in the Union, and now the illusion is disintegrating before your and Rene's eyes. He doesn't know anything, because no one tells him anything. He's an outsider.
Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. He's a Weservein. Turns to where the wind blows and tries to look important. I hate the socialist rabble, but even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence. Never committing to anything. Pick a damn side already.
What are the little things you do for Ebrard?
Work mostly. Occasionally, he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words, people say.
What kind of things do you write for him?
Nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers. About Martinez and how things are and how they could be. Evrard and I had these long talks where...
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Are you a caviar socialist?
I don't even consider myself a regular socialist. Politics is not really something I involve myself in, officer.
Wait, how can you write those newspaper pieces if you're not political?
Officer, I have a vivid imagination. And like I said, I have a way with words. That's enough. No need to sink into politics.
He just fluffs it up.
Of course. Don't sink into anything. Don't sink into any fight. Only sink into your couch.
But you need to believe in something. Freedom, the people, Revachol, or even money.
I believe everyone has the right to think and do whatever they want. Even if it's nothing at all. I'm very adaptable.
Oh, mon Dieu.
No, thank you. For being consummate professionals. You'll have this case wrapped up in no time. It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer.
Looks delicious.
How may I help?
Can I have a bite?
I'm sorry, officer, but I really don't share food. Nothing personal, it's just a principle.
The only one you have.
The sandwich looks like a culinary wonder. Well made and abundant in components. The author sure knew their craft. In addition to the obvious slice of ham, a fat one, you notice a brim of a tomato peeking from below. And is that mayonnaise?
Please, man, can I have just a bite?
Believe me, officer, I wish I could help you, but I need this sandwich to keep my blood sugar stable. In my age, you need to pay attention to these things.
Please, friend. Let's just share.
It's mine.
A glimmer of respect flashes in Rene's eyes.
Sorry, officer. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it in a bad way. But the sandwich is mine. I'm not gonna share it.
And it's gone.
When the dissidents come to rape our country, he hides. But try to get a bite of his dear sandwich and he gets claws? We are a special kind of vermin, Gaston.
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer.
Afternoon.
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer.
All right, this is how we're gonna do it.
I admire your handiwork, Chef. There are a few things I'd do differently.
Like what, officer? This is as good as they come in Revachol, I assure you.
An array of delicious recipes flashes through your mind. Salads, salmon, sandwiches. Bingo. This calls for an engineering angle. Structural rigidity, exposed rafters, lattice works, that type of approach.
The bread you built this wonder on could have been toasted
That
beforehand.
would certainly have been an improvement.
I'll do one better. The air pocket between the cheese and ham could house pre-roasted paprika.
Ce serait délicieux. Can you make that sandwich, officer?
Sure, but I'm gonna need yours as a prototype first.
I hope you are not just tricking an old man out of the little he has left.
Initial development takes time, of course, but in 6 to 9 months, you will eat the sandwich of the
God
gods.
of sandwiches, maybe? But in the meanwhile, what can I do for you here and now, officer?
The ham sandwich looks fresh and nutritious in your hand, begging to be eaten.
Here, Kim, let's share.
I'll pass. Thanks.
What do you mean you'll
I
pass?
mean, I'm not hungry, and therefore am not gonna take it. Thanks.
This isn't about hunger, Kim. It's about camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
Yes, by sharing this sandwich, you and I solidify the bond
Is it
between
really
us.
necessary?
It really is.
Then sure, let us strengthen our bond.
Friends forever.
Sure. Time to go solve a murder investigation.
Yeah, and I'm not scared of him. Yo, love me, yo. Love me, yo. Don't trust the, don't trust the, trust the, don't trust me. Don't be young. I don't, did I save?
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you?
Actually, do you know anything about the Hardy Boys?
Los Hardys? They're an independent militant group. A bit too high-strung, but it comes with the responsibility. They're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Eberhard's law. But really, they're just like you.
Kuno told me you were supposed to know about the armor.
The little boy had it good on his promise.
His promise?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, and the cop's in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
Probe into the armor. What did you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly.
What
That
sort of
was it.
technical
I
stuff?
did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
4 pieces of armor up for grabs, but I already sent the
I
boots
guess you won't
away.
be collecting them all then. That's less work for you at least.
Hold up, 4 pieces: helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about leggings?
Oh, they're just gone.
No worries,
They don't
Lonnie.
exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
I'm gonna find 1 piece of it. 1 is enough.
Nice and balanced. Some junior officers can take care of the rest.
Smart choice. It's only that one spot you need armor too. The one the bullet hits. Good luck if you go for those boots though. You'd have an easier time wresting the spurs off a boyadero than getting them off him.
Thank you for
No
your
problem.
cooperation.
If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
Do not presume this has drastically altered our race dynamique.
I knocked you out like I was the god of
True.
martial arts.
I said nothing about our personal dynamic. That has altered. A little.
Know anything about this mug?
Does not so much as glance at the object.
Know anything about it?
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it. He had nothing to do with it.
Why are you not with the Hardy Boys?
I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. In addition, these so-called Hardy Boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders.
Ow!
Putting something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act. This is unlike him. He is usually more himself.
But you're all part of the union.
The Hardy manlets are on the pay of the company. I answer to the union alone. And I do this out of race heroism. Finance is an alien concept to the Simonies. Now leave me be.
There's more to
must
it.
luxuriate
What have you
in the
got
company
against it?
of a woman.
Against them?
Fine. They have recently fallen under the influence of a possibly sexually perverted female vagrant and a narcotics peddler. It's shameful.
What do you mean?
Find out for yourself, endomorphic blob.
Interesting.
Never knew, never knew. Never true, never true.
Welcome back, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
Hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. No trouble at all, mister.
Come on. Let me in to see Ebrat.
Mr. Dubois, every worker...
A member of the board.
That's right, Mr. Dubois. I see the socialist democratic fervor now burns in your heart, too. How can I help you today? See you... Mr. Dubois, every worker...
Turns out the strikers were being served an alcoholic brew. I stopped this madness.
I don't know what that means, Harry, but I love it. I love your initiative. Knowing you're out there keeping things running lets me focus on the big picture stuff. Don't even tell me what was going on. Alcoholic brew, stronger, stopped it, strike. I'm just gonna let you surprise me, Harry.
Finished investigating the local drug den.
Your side investigation. Thank you. You've got some spirit clearing up phony drug accusations alongside this murder. I'll talk to the mayor and see if I can get you the key to the city, Harry. Now let's talk real business.
Actually, Revachol doesn't have a mayor. He refuses to discuss it further. It's probably just a small nuisance to him.
Open the door to
Are
your...
you shitting me, Harry? Did you not really open the door and are now just telling me you did? You're a wild one, Harry.
No, Everard, I really did open the door.
Good. Now take it a bit further. Take it home.
Not only did I open it, I went inside too. It was a real
I bet
weasel
it was,
sten.
Harry. But seriously, what did you see in his apartment?
A guy who has antagonized the Union in a Union-run town. Maybe it's political.
I saw a lot of anti-socialist, anti-union stuff. Pamphlets, get the unions in check.
That's exactly what I thought, Harry. What a weasel. And for the record, I was only curious, not testing you.
He was testing you. You succeeded.
Thank you, Harry. You have shown me that the Barders Union and the Citizens Militia can indeed work together. Now, let's cut down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
I've heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to
By now,
know what
I'm
you're
sure
here.
you figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps.
I'm listening.
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire?
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Hold on, you have a village elephant?
No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical and so is the village, but the mercs and their brutality are very real.
Oh, go on.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there, I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
Wait, they moved the
Yes,
container?
I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it. But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
Who exactly did
There's
the pushing?
a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly.
That sounds a bit like organized crime.
They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
Again, that sounds like organized crime.
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
He places a lot of faith in that lawyer girl. Perhaps this is a tactical error. Anyway.
How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company?
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor.
That lawyer girl.
The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
Another question.
Absolutely, Harry. Absolutely. Sock it to me.
You mentioned a lawyer girl.
Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
Tell me about Titus Hardy.
Oh, they are simply fine young men.
Oh
all 7
no,
of
that
them.
sucks.
Exemplary union members. Always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys.
Maybe a
all
little
leaders.
plier
Whatever
or
happened,
something.
I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind. Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
He's betting on them being useless to you.
That's right. I met these Hardys. Can you ask them to
But of
cooperate with me?
course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk. Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
Fair enough, fair enough. Right in your wheelhouse then. Wait, why are you giving it to me?
I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real.
The lieutenant watches you pocket the banknote. He looks a little puzzled.
Good boy. A real team player. Now, do you have any more questions?
I actually think that a bribe doesn't count if you don't do what they were hoping for. I think.
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet.
Yet?
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
A man of the left. So you have to be a social
What's a caviar socialist?
He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
You're right not to trust me. I take care of me. I'm a hustler. I grind. I'm a money
Perfect,
engineer.
Harry. That's perfect. My version of the left is not against the companies, it's with the companies. Honestly, what I have in mind is a business proposal. A left-wing business proposal, but still...
Ooh. Fair enough.
What would this entail?
Me.
Once again, I require
As
nothing
if I had
unethical
money.
or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
No, you're good.
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful.
But, he thinks, it's your call.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm gonna hand you the keys to Martinez, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing.
He's saying as little as possible, as vaguely as he can, deliberately omitting things.
What are the signatures for?
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth center in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
What is this place exactly?
On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it. A gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills, Harry.
What will happen to the current
They're just gonna have
occupants?
to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out in the street?
Agreed. Everyone should be. Are you 100% sure no one's going to end up homeless?
Am I? Harry, these people, Martinez is the most important thing in my life. I would never let anything bad happen to them. We're gonna build a youth center there. The value of their properties goes up and kids have a place to play in. I'm looking out for these people, not pulling the rug from under them, Harry. I'm looking out for all of Martinez, not just the harbor.
Fine, if I happen to be there, I can ask
You
them.
bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here. You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I heard there was some trouble with the waterlock, but it should be fixed now. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then I know we can do business together.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope, a 12 to 40 month construction period, and the zoning plan in the addendum.
Look at the zoning plan.
The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall. It's going to be awfully close to the already existing buildings, almost wall to wall, practically integrating them into the youth center.
Kim, what do you think of this?
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but...
How else are you going to build something? It's always inconvenient to build things, and citizens inevitably have disagreements over such construction projects. But there's no other way.
I wonder if I should try to find the loophole. I want a youth center built. I definitely want that. I think it's good for children to have an outlet for whatever their endeavor is, whether it's physical or artistic. Even academic. See if I can't get some more money out of them. Dang it. I was hoping I could show them the youth plans. Which maybe I'll find when I do the loophole. Maybe it's just a way to start construction, pretend like they're making it, and do away with the money. Swoop in under another company and make it into something else.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
Not saying I'm dirty, but if I was, I think it'd be a good plan. Especially if I have the resources he has.
Work! Right to work! Shame on you!
I wasn't asking
Things are busy
questions.
enough. You're going to waste less of my time?
Maybe.
Hulking Man oozes stark skepticism.
What exactly is your goal here?
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
Are you unable to breach the
Main
entrance?
gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open, and try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer, or whatever he is.
Why don't you just talk to them?
Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
Ah, so he's racist also. Just like
It
Measurehead.
would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. We were promised work.
I'm gonna call him out.
In there. Main gate's locked. And I don't mean the scrawny mess bunk.
Wait, you can't get by Measurehead?
Head measure.
But I got by Measurehead.
Whatever he is.
I kicked him in the face.
Yeah. I saw your ballerina moves up there. In a real fight, these acrobatics will get you killed faster than a bullet. You caught him off guard. That only happens once. Now he's alert, standing on a narrow bridge, and my men are tired and hungry.
Have you considered storming in like all
Why
of you?
don't you go arrest them instead? I'm sure they've done plenty of criminal shit. They have that look.
It would be
Racist
better
again.
for the neighbor.
No!
The tear machine stands in the corner. Your bottles clunk.
I met the 2 new police officers when I came out. I did get a bite of the guy's sandwich.
A rusting control panel with loose wires dangling out from the hole where an indicator light used to be, and a mechanical lever sitting in the middle.
I think he has an idea. Yeah, I did. I tried to save scum, but I got it on my first try. So I didn't even need to save scum it.
You grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon as the water lock starts moving.
I didn't mean to press that yet.
Okay, if we ever need to get to the coast, then this is the way. But please, contain your wanderlust for now. I don't want us to get sidetracked, not with everything that's going on.
Focus on one thing. Achieve it, then the next, he thinks. That's the task change.
I'll be honest, I don't even know what shorts are. I just know that I haven't marked as allowed on mine. Ooh. And I won't. Oh, really? Okay, okay. Yeah, I need to work on my closer. Like, I've been trying to, like, kind of work through it. Because, like, I haven't been, like, I had my closer set up for just ending stream, right? And then I got Discord, so I added that in. Added the Discord thing in and like the stream element, so like I just kind of have to work through it. Oh, there was money up there and I left it. What a crazy person. if I finish this, I'm trying to decide, do I play the new season of Diablo or Valheim? Because I showed my friend the digs, the Valheim digs, and I was like, I want to get back to exploring and building. I don't know that my processor could handle it. I also don't know how I would do it with the keyboard and the mouse and
A banged-up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Elysium ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez?
That's what you said.
This is where they were leading.
It appears to be so.
Let's investigate. Whose car do I think it is? Same. Whose car? Let's see. Okay, so is someone that... I mean, my only guess... Well, no. There's two guesses. It is either... No, one guess. Because I think the person that Gart... I'm stretching. I think the person that Gart took over for, that he gave time off to, is the chick upstairs, the smoker that I tried to flirt with. So I'm gonna guess that this vehicle is the last Hardy boy, the Hardy girl.
I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden, sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water.
Let's touch this cold metal.
The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists. A single day in the salty seawater would ruin most vehicles, but this one looks worn even in places the salt water hasn't touched it.
What is the make of this? MC? Can I see the logo?
The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by.
How long has it been here?
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
The estimate is correct. The incident probably occurred on Sunday evening.
Well. Looks like Jacob Erb's journey came to an abrupt end.
Your mocking tone finds no response, but the motion of the waves.
Did you say something, Lieutenant?
But I'd say it has been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
What should we do?
Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside.
Great idea. Then we can get the things inside. The Joyrider must have left something good inside. Guns, papers, maybe a cool jacket. A Joyrider
Wait,
jacket.
a Joyrider? If it's a Joyrider, then it makes me sound like it was Kuno.
A Joyrider jacket? You feel a strange connection to this Joyrider. Maybe he's from some kind of Joyrider.
Oh god, it's my car.
Blue and white racing
Oh no, it's my car. I was drunk driving.
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
Buttercup baby, just let me down, let me
As you
down.
sit down
You're
in the old
around
rusty
and the worst of
playground,
all.
the world around you becomes
Baby,
very
just to
silent.
say you will.
The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so.
Huh?
Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter.
Hold
Ice
on.
cracks around the blue motor
It looks
carriage
very
in the sea.
blue.
Yes, it does.
What's your favorite blue thing?
Let me think about it.
Guess I'll whistle a tune.
The tune on your lips forms a strange yet undeniably beautiful contrast with the surrounding bleakness. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance, then, still looking straight ahead, he joins you with a higher pitched and slightly more melodic trill. Two birds on a wire, whistling by the seaside, looking at the water.
What
and a
camaraderie.
simple car. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
Would you rather sit on an anthill for an hour or stand in a river of leeches?
Well, historically, leeches have been used to prevent and even cure many ailments.
Okay, he's thinking. I can do this. Let's do this. Who'd want to sit on an anthill? There are no therapeutic benefits to... Well, napalm ants, for example, are used in some rites of passage rituals. Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
If you have to side with either the strikers or the shipping company, who would you choose?
Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place.
What if someone puts a gun to your
Your
head?
voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Can you make out the mark now?
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it odd that you haven't. It's a Capri, Model 40.
Yes. Why haven't you?
It is a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices, firefighters, animal control people, you know, those kinds of people.
Is that a number on the side?
Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
It's as if he knows what it stands for, but wants you to say it. It's pedagogical. Does he know something about the driver of this vehicle?
It'll be just like my real reaction. Oh God, no.
I'm so sorry.
41. Precinct 41. A massive pit opens up in your stomach. and the most terrible feeling comes over you. No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
Oh my god, it's mine! I drove my car into the sea!
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the canal, and then drove your vehicle in the sea right here.
Maybe I was in pursuit of someone.
I don't think so. If anything, you were probably drunk.
They're not gonna take me back after this, are they?
People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even more costly.
The badge, the gun, and now
The lieutenant
this.
adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything.
Well, no, I want to do this one. Things were going so well. We were just whistling
You can still
merrily.
whistle. Besides, the night is always darkest before the dawn.
Aww. How do we get it out?
Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point.
I can still
That
fix
is
it.
very unlikely. All the electrics are toast. That goes for the electromagnetic steering and brake systems as well. You'd be lucky to find one undamaged component in there. In a few months, there will be nothing but rust left of this vehicle. It'll be cheaper to buy a new one. Well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long run, it still makes more sense to buy a new machine than try to refurbish this.
I don't have that
Let's
kind of
face
money.
it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. I mean, my station only has 4 other vehicles in addition to my kinema.
This was 20% of the station's vehicular budget.
Oh, it's just gonna be there
I'm
like
afraid
that?
it will have to be there like that for many years. Look at it. Parts of it might be salvageable, but overall, this machine is a write-off.
Well, at least I can see what's in there now. Hopefully my gun. Hopefully Everett doesn't actually have it.
Let's go take a look.
I found the traffic hooligan. It was me. Hey, I have my badge. Hey, I have a commander's jacket.
This is it. The scene of the party. The fire pit. Cigarettes and empty bottles all evidence it.
Yeah, sure does look like a lot of folks
Looks like
partied
they were
here.
here a while. Judging from all the bottles, the sunken motor carriage provided them a focal point. Like a goose
That game
ice
looks like we had a couple
chocolate
partygoers here.
Looks like it.
Looks like they had a great time
Let's keep
laughing
moving,
here.
detective.
Dang it, I missed that yellow.
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You, Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
I found my
I think
badge.
something good came out of all this.
Encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and in the lower right corner, your precinct.
Let's look at this
The man
photo.
keeps winking at you with his green-grey eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that. But the badge is new. You used an old photo for a new badge.
How old?
8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns.
And he's winking? Why?
What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it did on you. It looks like you had quite the charming face way back then. Your hair is brown and slightly curly. Your eyes seem more clear somehow. The lack of alcohol swelling is a bonus, though there's a pinch of that in your cheeks already. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light.
Name.
You see lines of information on
Harrier Dubois.
Harrier. That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
Wait, what kind of name is Harrier?
It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times. Like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide.
A name like armor.
Harrier
Pleased to make
Dubois.
your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
I like Harrier. Yeah, I like the whole name actually. Yeah, it
He's not
has
going to call you
a
Harry.
really nice ring to
He'll
it.
keep calling you officer when he's angry with you, and detective when he's not. The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information.
Harrier armor, Revachol, Debonair. Hard.
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
What is a Lieutenant W.
A
Freighter?
lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant.
And double
The
Ifritar?
title of Yefreitor is added to your rank
Ifritar?
when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're double Yefreitor.
Declined?
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's decomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors out of respect. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank, in your case, lieutenant.
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
What's a decomptage?
Decomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol citizens militia. It means counting down to twos.
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the revolution, which in turn was developed by last-century experimental psychologists in the University of Königstein.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kings.
What kinks?
Kings like satellite officers and the additionally a freighter rank I already explained.
Wait, satellite officers?
You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't seem to be a satellite.
So you've been putting up with all this BS because I'm your superior?
No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach, you are doing good police work.
No.
It matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea. And now we've even found your badge.
He trusts
He's
you
so supportive.
for now. Try not to spoil it. Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught between thick plastic, like a fly in amber. It reads.
Serial, Rev 126205, Jam 41. So Revachol 12625, I don't know, but Jamrock 41st.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure.
Hey!
The numbers are not there for good
I got
measure.
it.
They have an administrative purpose, one that's unfortunately been erased.
So I just got this a few months ago.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the
See?
rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then.
You're pretty sure you weren't doing well, but better? Probably yes.
Precinct 41.
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41. Like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor. A lot of asphalt. The 41st is... It's
What?
a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is.
It's no wonder you are like you are, he thinks. But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiaeva. Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, names from your decomptage flash in your forebrain. He knew all those people, although they're not from his station. They must be big. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light.
Let's put it away. Cool. No, there's been a couple times where, like, I've gone to click a button and I've clicked something next to it and it disappears, so I think I just lost it. Stinks. There's one, though. Right? Oh, I ran that way instead of going into that fenced area. Okay, okay. Maybe we'll roll into it. Yeah, I think it was. There was nothing else green on it. Maybe I'll go down and do one more walk around. Hey! Oh, shoot. Come on, a little faster. So yeah, I think I have everything. Oh, that sucks that you missed it.
The portal reel is just what you needed. The reel's attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader. You press the large button marked Commencer, and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing. Then the organ starts playing a simple, melancholic tune echoing in the hallway. A lone singing voice joins in, telling you about the tiniest church in Sessons, surrounded by even tinier yard. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's mega sad. Within seconds you know this is the one. The real shit you've been looking for. The one you trust your room to. This one tells it like it is. This is your tune. A click, then silence for a bit. Then the tape stops spinning.
Am I sing this for karaoke? I think I could sing this.
Of course you could sing this. You could take sad to a whole new level with this. And you already know the lyrics since you've listened to it like 1,000,000 times. Yup, they're all here. All 3 verses. And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle stands on your way.
I wonder what that is.
You have to convince God to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you've won him over, you can express yourself. Let the pain out. Make everyone understand. The lieutenant watches you pack up the boombox. He doesn't say anything.
Too deep. No. My niece isn't gonna come get me till tomorrow, so I'll only be able to have like snacks tonight. I don't have any actual foods. I mean, actual foods that I feel like I have noodles, but like making something never sounds good to me. Sounds like a lot of work. And no money, so I can't like order. That's okay. I can stand to lose a few pounds. It'd be nice if I could just lose a few pounds by not eating.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder.
You can revisit the bench.
That would be like... That'd be incredible if I could lose a few pounds by just like not eating once. Yeah.
Yes.
Quick travel. Interesting. Yeah, well, both of those have been an issue, and it's like, it's another reason why I like tend to overeat. Coming from very poor background, like I don't like leaving food on my plate isn't often a thing, to the point where like I make myself sick So that's something I've really been working on. Oh, I should have saved.
Hi, officer.
Oh, this is Lillian.
Anything I can help you with?
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum.
12 to 40 month is super sussy.
There is no loophole.
That was almost
truth is
good.
the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door.
Wait, what are the ramifications of this?
Once the construction starts, it'll probably take a few months, a year maybe, for even the most stubborn occupants to get tired of living like this. After that, they'll sell their property for cheap and move out.
Look, Kim. These people are going to have to move away. Can we do something about that?
I should have seen it. Evrard probably has eyes on us, but we could try to get other people to sign this instead of those listed. Or you could forge their signatures yourself. By the time he finds out, we'll already be gone.
Quick save.
Hi, officer. Anything I can help you with?
That depends. Where are we
Fishing
exactly?
village on the seashore. This place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes called Elysium. The sign on the street leading here is illegible. Has been since they built this place.
I've got questions. The first is, what's your name?
The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I have time for questions. And that was actually the second one.
Indeed, you're always confused as to your whereabouts.
I'm looking for someone. Maybe you can
Let's
help.
see. Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for a missing cryptozoologist.
I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate?
People who look for animals, mainstream scientists deny exists.
Aha! Like snowmen.
That's where I wanna be. Living in Beverly Hills.
Two old guys have been wandering around here, nosing sand, talking nonsense
Oh,
about
I forgot to read that.
snowmen and the like.
Snowmen, I haven't heard of those. Wait, the like?
Right. Not only snowmen, also green men, monkey men burning rhinos. You get the picture.
Oh, you're getting it. And it is gorgeous.
Where did they go?
I don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading. Who else are you looking for besides snowmen?
That's it. I'm not looking for anyone else
Well,
right
how
now.
can I assist you then, officer?
What do you do around
Like
here?
I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care of the kids, pick nets. Right now, I'm tarring a little skiff.
Is that enough to make a living?
Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see what the sea has given up. The sea is full of surprises.
Keep it professional, man. Don't make it sound like you're hitting on her.
Interesting. What have you
Wood,
found?
Pieces of glass. Every once in a while we see dead bodies. Human, animal, fish, other odd sea creatures. A mine washed ashore once. Bottles, drugs also. Lost cargo in general. Most of the time it's just wood and glass.
All right. Major choice moment. You only get to ask one thing. It would be weird to say them all. Choose wisely.
This place looks bad. Why don't you... I feel like I'm attacking our home,
Go
but...
where? The fish are plentiful here and we get enough orders to get by. It's not great, but it's something.
I understand what you're saying. It could be worse
Exactly.
elsewhere.
I don't mean to complain about my sad, pauper life. We do manage all right. We're tough people here.
So I take it that's your skiff?
Sure is. The sun, I call her, coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue.
Nice sword. Does it come with a story?
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of story. It's to intimidate folks, mostly.
Hold on. Do you know how to use
Not
it?
really. I know some basic moves, and I know it sure as hell beats a knife when you're in a tough spot.
But not when you're in a tight spot.
It is imposing.
It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy, just for intimidation.
Why do you need intimidation
From time to time,
tactics?
people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time.
Can I borrow the sword?
No, I'm afraid not. Tempting to confiscate the blade I used to keep these animals in check. You would put me in an early grave.
Why don't more women arm
What
themselves
makes you
if it's
think
so
we
effective?
haven't? The truth is that almost everyone in this life is scared and tired and stupid and too dull for that. That goes for men too. But they put on an act for us. Pretend like everything's good and living in shit doesn't bother them. Like anyone falls for that.
Behold! Do you like it?
Sure. It looks as if you could face down any horror in the world with that same unchanging grin. It's like a
Yeah.
field.
The traces of her laughter are still there, in her eyes, fading fast.
Figures, typical patriarchal nonsense. Masculine venomosity.
Sure. Venomosity. But boys will be boys, and God knows we don't have many around. So far, the sword has been enough to keep them in line.
So where are all the men
Some
now?
went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying.
Wait, why? If they're thick-headed?
Guess I enjoyed the way he bled.
If it is, then why the melancholy?
Where's your husband now?
Gone.
Gone where?
To the waves. The sea took him. It was a long time ago.
Oh.
He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles.
Time really is the best cure for sorrow,
Us
isn't
working
it?
folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on. Life didn't
Super
really
precious.
change that much for me and the kids.
This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic for her. She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better, drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some action.
I was asked by Everett to get your signature.
Are you? This says by signing, I agree to living with construction noise. What exactly is the Union building?
Everett's planning to turn some of the village into a youth center?
What a nice idea. Wouldn't have thought that.
She sounds incredulous about the niceness of the idea.
Thought what exactly?
That Everett and the Union have nice plans for anything. I thought they only cared about themselves. Well, I guess Union members have children too.
And those members have a vote when electing the head of the local chapter.
On second thought, don't sign the
Aye,
thing.
if you say so. Probably better that way. I mean, who likes construction noise?
Be seeing you. White Morning. Oh, that's the one that I... Okay. Why is it not reading? Ah, dang it. Okay. And the little guy gets smaller and smaller as you rise above the dollhouse world. You see him out in the snow, on the streets, in the shop on the corner, and finally in a matchbox house. Sitting by the window, white flowers on the windowsill. You can smell them from up here. It's awful. A white morning. A modern death. Divorce, or something similar. All you can do is put more distance between you and him. Make him smaller. Make him less you. Didn't mean to press that. Meant to press that. Franco. Okay. There's also something else I need to put on. Thanks. I try to do it as close as possible.
These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose, moderate in every sense. You'll blend right in at some pleasant dinner party.
I like regular, normal things.
I know you do. These Inter-Isolari pants are like wearing a perfect compromise in your nether regions. No one will call the moral intern on you like this, that's for sure. You're a little more moralist now, buddy. A little more normal, even if you didn't want to be. Makes sense? This is what wearing boring office trousers does to you.
Call me boring and normal. I'm a superstar cop.
You're not sure about the melody, but it might be South Samaran, possibly Sigayan, also known as the Apricot Suzunti.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer.
Not just an old lady.
I have cataracts.
An old washerwoman lady. My tootsies are cold, but I don't want to get up yet. But I need to turn my fan on, or off, down, not off, down. I need to turn it down, because I probably don't need a blanket. But I don't want to get up till I have to go to the restroom, and I need to refill my water. And by refill my water, I mean finish my great body armor. Oh no, I didn't realize this had caffeine in it also. Well, looks like I'm gonna be up all night. That was a... oh shoot, that was a total accident. I don't like socks. Oh, I'm drinking a body armor, and I thought it was just a body armor, but it's actually a body armor edge, which has caffeine in it. And my depression meds made me caffeine sensitive.
Then how does she know you're here?
Yeah. Let me see how much it has in it. $140 milligrams. A Dr. Pepper has like 50 milligrams, and that will keep me up all night, so... big oof. You can't see me. How did you know I was here? I avoid melatonin because it can throw off Something. I take an amino acid instead. If I have to go to sleep at a proper time. Oh, what is it? Yeah, prolonged melatonin use can affect something, and I try to avoid it, but the amino acid at least is even more natural than the melatonin. It just breaks up differently.
I still have a golden ear. Come, come.
Lean forward.
Welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
We're up all night to get stoned. We're up all night to get gone. I don't remember. I don't know all the words. I am, speaking of words, I'm gonna switch my music. I'm a little over it. I'm gonna put on a musical. I mentioned Wicked earlier, so I'm gonna mention Wicked off stream, but still it's been in my head since. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, I'm back. Lana Del Rey is good. I agree. There was zero way that I could read it. The words with like the made up words, it made it really, really difficult for me. So I listened to it. So I've listened to the first 2, maybe 3 books. But I've seen Wicked 23 times. In 5 states, 6 states. Oh yeah, oh it's so good. I mean, obviously it just depends on like who's producing it, but it was so good. Have you listened to Hadestown? I need to make some scenes because right now I would pause. I would switch to like just chatting scene because oh my gosh, when you're done with your Lana Del Rey hours, go listen to Hadestown because my goodness. Yeah, I used to have scenes before. Like I had 3. I had stream starting soon, I had be right back, and I had stream ending. But not since I came back. No, Hades. It's a story about Orpheus and Eurydice. So Hades, Persephone, Demeter. Yes. Okay. I wasn't able to figure those out, if I'm being 100%. Like, I downloaded some, and I could not figure them out. So I was like, well, I'm gonna just hold off on these. Pop Smoke. Hades Town. Give me 1 second. I'm looking up something else real quick. I'm telling you, like, it's really, really good. Musicals are one of my, like, big things. I really like musicals a lot. Only just one night. Hold on. Actually, I can do it like this. I will switch. I'll switch to Hades Town and we can listen together. If you go to the Discord and click, you can listen in on what I'm listening to. Here in town, another drink, green elixir. Have ourselves a little mixer. Yeah, it's great. I've done this with some other buddies of mine. Just listened in on their stuff. Alright, is it popped up for you? No, if you click my icon, like it should show you what I'm listening to. Ooh, that's not what I meant to do. Where, like, my little picture. I may have to hit play first. Check. Trying to figure out how to do it. I know there's a way. I wonder. Okay, if you scroll over, if you scroll over the voice thing, see if you can listen in. Does it say you can listen together? Because, like, I've just listened in. I haven't, like... don't do it over my icon. It looks like it is in the voice thing, but... it's not in voice? But also, maybe I need a disconnect from voice. Okay, so if you scroll over the voice chat, there should be a pop-up box, and it will say Road to Hell. play on Spotify, and there's a little button. Listen along with someone else, not yourself. Oh, perfect, perfect. Yep. Here, I'll restart it. Okay. Don't. All right, it's working correctly, right? Oh, the railroad line. Oh yeah, I like it a lot. Like, I'll sometimes just sneak into people's thing, like listen to what they're listening to, just because it's cool. I like it. So you just get to listen to folks. Old town, back around, old town, old town. I'm looking something else up. Stand by. Okay. We're not here to cause any trouble, madam. What he said. We're cops. We don't cause trouble, we take care of trouble.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
Wait, I've been here before?
No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another, locked himself in that woodshed over there. He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place, somewhere more quiet.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was looking something up. Give me one moment, I'm ordering food. I think I'm gonna get Hawaiian Bros. Just because that's the last thing I had. And I know I can stretch it for a couple days. Even though my niece is supposed to get me like tomorrow evening. If I happen to get hungry at the beginning of the day, I'll have it, or I'll have it for Sunday. It's my thought, at least. Anyway, the winds blow. Do I was distracted, so I'm going to restart the song. So I was a little distracted. All right, so 22 to 34 minutes, my food will be here. So when that happens, we'll see what's up. I don't know if I will find something on YouTube to watch or what. Playing music. Gotta listen to that story. I don't think that you can affect the music. It's just a listen. What kind of ill omen are we talking about?
Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black hound.
If I'm considered an ill omen, why hasn't anyone told me that?
Maybe they are afraid.
Ooh.
Because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. As long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then. Because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone. Searching for treasure. So are others. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
Where could someone stay around here?
Stay? Most people here are trying to leave.
Oof. It is definitely gonna be where you think it is.
That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack.
How much is it?
I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM.
Wait, hold on, you're just giving it to
No one
me?
is using it, and God knows it's not much anyway. You can stay there.
There's this guy, Gart, who makes me give him money every night, just so I don't die out in the cold.
That's exactly how they get ya. That's why we built our own cinder block houses on the seaside. So we don't have to give money to those crooks. We might not look like much, but they are ours.
Wait, why isn't anyone using the room?
My kids grew up and left like they do. The house is long empty now. I live in the small side attachment. It's easier and cheaper to keep warm.
No, I don't want a free room. It's not proper.
Suit yourself. But should you ever need shelter, remember old Isabel and her shack by the sea.
What is it? Don't come on too strong. Come on with me. What is in this fishing village?
Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist.
What do you mean?
This is pretty much a non-place. A gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street.
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny.
Who else lives in this village?
Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east. But they're away right now. And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them.
I met Lillian already.
Lillian is tough. Tougher than the men here, at least. If it wasn't for her and the kids, this place wouldn't have a spark of life left.
I haven't seen any drunks yet, though.
Sooner or later, you'll see for yourself. Don't have to look long to find these guys.
There's gotta be something here, tell me.
Over there, you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild. That's the pox.
The pox? What's that?
An old military hospital and its surroundings. Or it used to be, during the time of the suzerain. After the war, it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shock veterans and folks looking for some quiet in the old sanatorium gardens. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets and makeshift cinderblock houses, shacks as far as the eye can see.
What happened to the hospital?
The goodwill ran out. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now.
Alright, there's another topic I'd
She
like to
nods,
address.
rinsing another piece of cloth.
What's further down the coast?
Not much. There's the abandoned church, the DeLorean Church of Humanity. It's been there since before my time, even.
Why is it abandoned?
Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. Must have been nicer then.
So, they don't hold services there anymore? The Ecclesiastes?
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. It's a pity. It used to be such a nice church.
What else is on down the coast?
Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run-down bunch of houses, empty.
What is it then, apartments or an electrical
I don't
plant?
know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something. Before the war. I wasn't here then, you know. Was born in Samara.
Anything else of note?
Of note? The old fish market up on the boardwalk. But it's closed.
Alright, got
As I said, it's a peninsula. There's no one there. Just ghosts and vagrants. And teenagers making out.
Tell me about yourself. Who exactly are you here?
Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie. Now it's your turn, Mr.
Lieutenant Double Yfreter Harrier Dubois.
Quite a handle you got there. So many titles. One of them double.
I was asked to get your signature.
Eh? What's this about? Come now, I can't read all the scribble. Tell me what it says.
Everett wants to turn part of the village into a youth center.
Ah, I might be half blind, but it looks like part of the village is gonna be a street. The best part. The part we need to get out of our houses. Have you asked Lillian about this? I won't even consider signing till I know she's on board.
Go buy him off.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth.
Must be Lillian's twins.
This one doesn't say anything, kicking the concrete with his worn-out sneaker.
Lily's our mum.
I already said that.
The stone kicker laughs suddenly. His head is too large for his shoulders. The other one laughs as well. Wow, so intellectually stimulating.
You guys look identical.
The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious fact that you just stated.
He looks just like me.
Yeah, I said that.
The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt. The rock kicker was just being shy, but now he's enthusiastic again.
You're bad with kids.
I am, yes.
Don't worry, everyone is. How about we do some police work now? We're not
Bye, kids. Take care. Away!
Hello, mister.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
Are you Lillian's daughter?
Yes, I am. Little Lily. You know my mom?
Yes, we met earlier.
That's nice. My mom is great. She's never angry or anything.
Are the twins outside your
Yeah.
brothers?
They don't want to play with me. They're older and play outside. They look the same.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I can't tell them apart.
They look identical, right? I said the same thing.
They look identical.
What's this?
It's a grouse.
You might be able to get on Garth's good side if you replace the broken scooter you almost certainly broke.
Yes, but what's it
I
for?
don't know.
Can I have it? I know someone who really likes stuffed birds.
Sure. I mean, you already took it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry.
What's that thing you're holding?
It's Lammy. He's my friend. Sort of. Like...
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
Lammy looks soft.
Yes. Very soft. Isn't he soft?
Mm-hmm.
Bye!
Bye! I do recommend listening to this also when I'm not interrupting it with my talking. So good.
Hey, tequila! Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating you? So what's happening?
Wait, tequila?
Yeah. Tequila Sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding?
He says it like it's obviously your name. Like you call someone Billy Brunel or leader of the 4th Street Gang.
I have re-entered reality to conquer it, to bend it to my will.
That's the
I am the law.
I used to shape reality into my image a long time ago. Those days are over now. Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom Spiral Land. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies.
Idiot Doom Spiral, huh? This is bound to be a good, high-concept conversation. At last.
What do you guys do around here?
We are saving the world.
Please don't go. Don't go.
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried to save the world once, a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity, and willpower. But that didn't work out. So now, it's a pirate's life for me.
What's a Tequila Sunset? You kept saying it.
It's you. Your Tequila Sunset.
How do you know that?
We've met before. Don't you remember?
No, you sure don't.
No.
Aha. Do you want to know how Tequila Sunset came to be?
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Let me take a sip to moisten up my chords. Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday. And by Tequila Sunset, I mean you. The man, the myth.
Was I alone?
Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting. You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because as far as I know, all you did was get piss drunk. Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head right in front of them. That's pretty high concept, if you ask me.
It is. The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
What happened then?
It was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics...
It would be really messed up, yeah, for sure.
Nothing remarkable about this. We get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling. One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza, followed by a series of dings and bangs.
Do you remember the sound of wood cracking? The billboard?
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in.
Naturally.
Anyway, there was a brief silence. A gasp of silence, if you will. Followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed. Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic. What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach. You revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs. "The time hath come!" So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come. To which you replied, "The time hath come for Tequila Sunset, the end of all things."
Oh god, what happened next?
Your reality contracted.
Of the tequila
You jammed the
apocalypse.
pedal, plowed right off the jetty and through the ice. We ran towards the ice whilst you crawled your way out, Miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit. Like some kind of sea monster. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep. Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to. We asked about the whole Tequila Sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now and insisted that we all call you that from then on.
So is Tequila Sunset an event or a name?
I'm not sure. I think you were the event. Tequila Sunset. You know, as opposed to a Tequila Sunrise, which is long gone. No, that's just what your mother called you. Your real name is Tequila Sunset. Just embrace it, brother.
How long did we party
Hours.
for?
It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revacholian women.
Okay.
How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad. After a short while, you crossed the event horizon, looked sullen, got up, and left without saying anything.
I like that
Wow.
it gives me
That's quite
time
a story.
to activate when I get damaged.
Yeah, I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct. You must be...
If you only knew.
Did I tell you anything specific about this person that
You were pretty vague about it.
messed me up?
But you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here. Abigail.
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit.
Did I mention losing anything else?
Beside your gun and your badge? You said something about your hope or heart or something. To be honest, the details are a little hazy. In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too? That's a big one.
Did I say anything about my colleagues?
You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping your style. No specifics, though. It was more about you that night. You were the star of the show.
Did I say anything about the
Yeah,
case?
you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need anyone to do it. You're doing it solo now.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
Did we talk about politics?
Yeah, you kept talking about how the coal mine owners were fucking us all over, just like that woman fucked you. I didn't agree with you, by the way. The spectral hand of the market makes sure everyone gets exactly what they deserve.
Did you get a read on what kind of cop I was?
You kept calling yourself a goddamn superstar who'd cleared 501 cases.
As you've already determined, the actual number is 216. But what's a little embellishment between friends?
No thanks to the squares at the precinct, as you put it.
Superstar cop? I don't need to hear anymore.
It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs.
Right? IDS, IDS. You seem like you're characterized by your storytelling ability. Want to tell me another one sometime?
Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. Right. Why not? Better than a beach bum.
Yes. Want to tell me how you became Idiot Doom Spiral?
It depends, really. Are you willing to help me out?
You might get scammed here.
What do you need?
Booze. Did you already forget our party? The thing I relayed to you earlier. So, have you got anything for good old Idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair to me.
I've got some sweet Commodore Red. I want to go with this. But if it's all they got, it's all they got. So...
Classy.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
Don't call Abigail!
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here.
His voice sounds so familiar.
Happened to you. Something happened to me, too. My actual name is George. But around here, you already know. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual. A founder / junior partner at a high concept creative services
It sounds hella familiar.
When my story begins, I had just landed a major contract with an insurance firm.
His VA?
I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a cultural
He kind of sounds like James Woods.
Abstract value generation, value per person,
James
high
Woods.
concept stuff.
Oh, got you.
I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the burden of leadership weighed
If I'm not mistaken, not a good guy.
So I went jogging every so often to keep myself sane.
Wait, how many people did you have working for you?
22 full-time employees, an all-star team, a potentially historical set of individuals. Worrying about them often kept me up well into the morning hours.
Did the jogging help?
It did. With my trusty Sansaric tracksuit, I felt like I could conquer the world. But now dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit.
What happened?
One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sound of keys jangling in your pockets.
His eyes are clouded, his dilated blood vessels encircling his irises like stinging brambles. His eyes are your eyes.
So I removed the key ring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling, you see. At least, that was the plan. I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet, very quickly.
How wet are we talking exactly?
It was a day not unlike this one here. I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. I'd mixed it up with the key to the letterbox, which was useless. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass.
Ouch.
Ouch, indeed. Reality was looking rather grim just then. Me lying on my ass in a mud pit in the middle of a heavy shower. But when life knocked me down, I always got up.
Oh, my order was dropped off. Did not know.
So I
Be right
made
back.
my way
I'm gonna get it
across
from
the yard.
outside, and then we'll finish.
In front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pockets, I realized that I'd also forgotten my apartment key.
Okay. You've gotta be kidding me.
I wish I were, Tequila. I wish I were. Instead of my apartment key, I'd taken the key to the office.
Okay, so what happened next?
I rang my neighbor's buzzers.
Kilauea
It was
chicken,
late,
the
and most of them
spicy
didn't
one.
even answer. Those who did assumed I was trying to sell them something and hung up before I could even explain the situation. People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on. I don't begrudge them, especially since I was known to be one of the best. Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. I still had the key to my office. I could wait out the storm there.
Alright, so my thought is wrap up his dialogue here. Wrap off this interaction. Save. Quit. Stop stream for the night. Well, stop streaming Disco Elysium for the night. And then probably Valheim when I get back on. Maybe Diablo. But I'll only be off long enough to probably eat.
But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. And since I hired only the best, he'd already done it, and I couldn't get in.
I was thinking I would maybe YouTube some videos on scenes, on... That's all I got right now. Maybe scenes.
Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years, and my girlfriend left me because she didn't want to date a homeless man. The company, well, you see where I'm going with this.
Scenes on OBS.
So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh?
Wait, is that it? I feel like there's some steps missing.
Tequila, I've thought about this series of events for a long time. If there was anything else to it, I would have thought of it by now.
Why didn't you go to the authorities?
Well, at one point they came to me, but, you know, I didn't have any ID on me. So they tossed me in jail for 2 days.
Yeah, I know a lot of people use Streamlabs OBS. But OBS was what I was most familiar with. So I didn't download the Streamlabs one. I get that, yeah. I don't know that I will ever go back on cam. I'm thinking about just doing VTuber. But I don't know. Yeah, I've heard Streamlabs is way easier. OBS is a little bit more convoluted, but it's just what I've used before.
I can't say it increased my faith in the RCM. No offense, gentlemen.
Look on the bright side, you have one heck of a story.
Yeah. Maybe I've exaggerated certain parts over the years. When you tell a story too often, it begins to take on a life of its own. But what matters is that it's true to my subjective experience. Anyway, that was all the story one bottle gets you. Almost empty, this one.
Creature, maybe?
Truly, he has the soul of an artist.
I don't know. It's still in the tumbler. Why do you keep losing all your
Good
stuff?
fucking question, Tequila. If I knew the answer, you think I'd be hanging out on a beach in this formerly premium but now extremely dirty two-piece Lycra tracksuit? I used to own my reality situation. My business buddies and I had our own creative services agency. I had a nice apartment, an even nicer piece of ass. But somehow it all got away from me. Now I can't hang on to anything. Just last week I stole this nice new jacket, but then I lost it too. The only things I haven't lost are these two drunks.
A lost jacket? Sounds like a mystery you could look into.
What was the name of your agency?
My agency. Man. The Boom Boom Room. Our concept was combining high art with the lowest forms of marketing. The color red, breasts, and oil painting. I convinced my partners to reinvest some of our profits in an even more high-concept cultural incubator called Thin Air. The artists were happy, the clients were happy. I was financing a group of poets in East Revachol who were developing a new universal poetic language. But then it all went to shit.
If it sounds like it makes no sense, that's because it doesn't.
That's so high concept, I have no idea what it means.
No, it was fucking awesome. Until I went on a jog, unleashing a cascade of doom that washed it all away. What? You've never seen 100% Lycra before? Go on, feel that primo material. Pretty nice, huh? This might be one of the last of its kind. Should probably be in a museum, honestly.
Good God, it's nearly impossible to describe how dirty this texture is. It's like rubbing two jellyfish skins together. You feel about 15% less human for having touched it. Randomized trials have also found Lycra, TM, to be associated with a number of exotic, highly malignant cancers. So you also have that to look forward to. And then there's the smell. But you don't even want to think about that.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, you're lucky. He never lets me feel it.
That's because your paws are fucking filthy, Rosie. We're right next to the bay. You could wash them anytime.
What about the other
My
drunks?
fellow members of the Union of Moribund Alcoholics? They're exactly what they look like.
Hey, Tequila! You want to buy some speed?
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary. He's a cop, remember?
I thought he was a cool cop.
Don't call Abigail.
And this is Abs. So yeah, that's basically us. We drink together.
What's this about a lost jacket?
Tequila, it's a verifiable tragedy. It was practically brand new. Sure, it didn't really go with my Lycra threads, but it did itch a lot less. Say, you're a detective, right? Maybe you can help old Doom Spiral out. Solve the case of the missing jacket. What do you say, Tequila?
Okay, sure. Where'd you lose it?
If I knew where I lost it, don't you think I'd have it? I mean, maybe I was up by the boardwalk, or walking along the beach, or checking out the abandoned fish market.
Ha, it's a lot of places.
Somewhere north of here, that's for sure. You could ask around, see if anyone's seen it.
Let me ask you something else.
I'm all ears, Tequila.
Have you got any more stories?
I do. But as you can see, my fuel tank is running quite low. If you catch my drift.
I don't have any on me right now.
Cottonmouth is keeping my tongue imprisoned. You too, Tequila Sunset.
All right. Wait, where's my keyboard? I didn't grab my keyboard when I sat back down. All right. So with that, I am going to be Why is it spiking again? Ugh, so loud. Do some savey saves. Alright, so thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to follow here and down below on my social media. Here being on Twitch. I've, again, working on my closing spiel. So don't forget to follow here on Twitch if you're watching live, or what do they call a previous broadcast. Don't forget to follow here if you're watching this later, video on demand on YouTube. If you have Discord, you can excuse me. If you have Discord, you can click that Stream Elements link that's right there, or just put that in and follow. I will be getting that onto YouTube later as well. If you want to donate, that is obviously much appreciated. So you can tip me here. I don't know how it works on YouTube. If you're watching, something else I need to look into. For subbing, you can click that subscribe or resubscribe button below my video, or on my homepage on Twitch. That will take you to Super Chat. What's Super Chat? That will give you 3 paid tiers where you can choose how long you want to sub at that rate, or link your Amazon Prime or your Twitch Prime benefits. That will let you sub for free as part of that benefits package for 1 month at a time. The YouTube Super Chat. Okay, something else I need to look into. Just add it to my sneaking list. And I think that covers everything. All right. I appreciate it, Lonnie. Appreciate it. And if you have any other suggestions, feel free to leave them in comments below if you're watching this on YouTube. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, and bye-bye.